Hello everyone, this is Sifu Lawrence Hill. Welcome to SystemsWithinSystems.com. Behind me I have a little ball. This is at my home. And to show that you could practice anywhere. I believe in the simplicity of practicing. So this, when I was practicing when I was very younger, was a thing I used an awful lot. Instead of all this high-tech equipment, I just like using simple stuff. So we're going to show you how to use this, and then later on through these techniques you're also going to learn how to develop speed and power, and together it's awesome. But that is not a very easy thing to do, and most of you are okay now. The only idea of being able to hit something and get your hand back before you actually break your hand on somebody's skull, which I've seen a lot of times on the street, we want to try to avoid that. So this is one of the first links out on a program that we're going to be introducing little segments of what I'll be doing in the combat classes. But of course that covers a broad range of techniques and executions that we'll be doing in strategies. The first thing we're going to work on is chops. I like chops. People don't use them very much, but chopping is very good because it really allows you to deal with close range fighting. You know, red zone fighting, yellow zone fighting, more of a range person away from you. It allows you to develop power and understand chops can, they're awesome, right? And as you pick up your speed and power with them, they can hit multiple times. Very close and very good at close range fighting or techniques when you're on the ground or against a wall or something like that there, you get smothered very quickly. Very effective against people that are much larger than you, or who are strung out on something that they're doing, right? You know, or adrenaline or whatever going on. They're a little bit difficult to learn. Well, everything is really difficult to learn unless you put the time and energy into it, which is, by the way, what Kung Fu means, energy and time. But we're talking about systems within systems, which takes a lot of different concepts and movements from all the many years that I've been dealing with the arts. So the first aspect of a chop is how to form the hands. And there's different ways of forming the hands. I usually form my hands very loose, but I have a lot of experience. And before they hit, I close them. And when I close them, it just closes all fingers together. I usually leave the thumb out. Some people like the thumb in, but I use it out because I like to hook and grapple with it. Sometimes as well, I bend the hands a little bit, which reinforces the muscles and comes across, and it comes across a little bit harder. Other times, the chop also, I take one finger and I bring it in, my thumb is out and it's coming across this way. So you see where it's coming here when I'm hitting, right? But I like to keep them loose, and when they hit, boom, I come in, boom, tight, or I hook it a little bit. The other type of chop is from the leopard paw, which comes this way, which I form here, which is more open, or it could be an eagle claw. Leopard paw is closed, eagle claw is open, right? Or I'm coming in this way here, and again, I like to keep my thumb down, but sometimes I'll put it up, and I'm hitting with the whole hand here, which allows for cutting and hitting and whatnot, and we'll go through all that stuff down the line. Aspects of chops now, they work like swords or knives. This is what's effective about them. You can hit in all these little nooks and crannies. When I have Vic down here, or one of my instructors, or a couple of my students, I'll demonstrate that in front of you with some people there so you could see actually how that's working. But right now we're just going to work on developing the technique, okay? Now you can hit, chops work from the elbow to the fingertips, okay? So they work anywhere in here, right? So your chop could be anywhere, hitting anywhere here, right, coming out, and they come out of nowhere, bam, and hit, okay? And you can hit, as you can see, I'm just hitting loose hands, boom, when they hit, boom, they'll close up. Well, you probably can't even catch that on camera, but you get the idea, all right? And they hook into these spots where you can come through very clearly, you know, very clean. And they can hit in many ways, have a lot of different variabilities, you know, a lot of different variables coming through. And you can punch too. Punching works too. Fist of wisdom, right? Okay? So we'll get into the punching as well. But I find that chops kind of help the punching develop and come through. So on the next one, we'll work with this ball a little bit, and we'll also discuss how the chops are coming out, and I'll show you some techniques for that too. Thanks for listening.